Continuing with part 2 of the video. So once a player pays $15 for the next month, the person is free to play as much, or as little as wanted.
Yes, the servers are always online, with certain exceptions. Since there is a constant availability to access the game, a person can play for as long or as little as chosen.
So then isn't it up to the player to exercise self-control on how long they play?
To some extent, yes. Children often play for hours on end, which leads to conflicts with their parents. Increased parental concern and even the launching of several lawsuits by parents has led to Blizzard implementing a parental control system. But what is supposed to happen when it's the parents who play endlessly for long stretches of time? There have been cases of child neglect due to choosing to play World of Warcraft instead of attending to a child's needs and growth. And there are many adults without children who also play World of Warcraft for long periods of time.
So then what is the average amount of time spent playing?
Blizzard has not revealed the amount of average time players spend on the game. However, several outside studies have estimated between 20 to 40 hours per week. A recent study estimated that the top 11% of WoW players account for 50% of the total playtime. While some of these people could be botting or staying logged in to prevent server queues and are actually not sitting there the whole time, there are still many others who are constantly playing for long stretches. This particular study estimated that for avid gamers, about 1/3 of the audience, the average playtime is about 30 hours per week. There was also a good amount of casual gamers averaging 5 hours or less per week. It should be noted that Blizzard does keep logs of total playtime, because a feature in the parental control section allows for playtime reports on the total playtime of their child's account.
You mentioned that there were certain exceptions, when the servers were not available for play. What did you mean?
Every Tuesday, Blizzard performs maintenance on the servers and they are offline for a period of time, usually around 8 hours. This may not seem like a big deal, and even though it is a relatively short period of time compared to possible weekly playtime, many people still bitch out their ass. Instead of going outside, or giving attention areas of their life that they have neglected, they act like a group of addicts who have run out of drugs, and complain to the dealer, because he hasn't received his re-up yet. And God forbid that the maintenance should ever have to be extended, because then some people start demanding a refund for the downtime.
So if the average month is 30 days and the player pays $15 per month for access, it costs them about 50 cents per day. Even for a normal 8-hour downtime, which is 1/3 of the day, they want 17 cents back, 1/3 of the average daily cost to play.
Correct.
So how can a game be like a drug? Drug addiction is a very serious matter.
Because it takes over your life, slowly you feel a need to play more and more. Soon you start to care more about your characters than you do your real-life commitments. You start to base your daily activities around being able to play the game. This is one of the challenges. The seriousness of drug addiction has been in the mindset of society for generations, and has occurred at some level throughout human history. World of Warcraft has existed for 6 years. World of Warcraft addiction would fall under internet gaming addiction, which would be a sub-level of video game addiction. Video games overall have only existed for about 40 years, and World of Warcraft is not the only game that people can develop an addiction to. First-person shooters such as Call of Duty and Halo have also seen claims of addiction, but that is another discussion in itself. It seems to be the operating procedures of Blizzard combined with the amount of money and time invested in the game that causes for so many drug comparisons with World of Warcraft.
Drugs are often popular because it allows the user to experience a mental escape from reality. Is World of Warcraft similar?
Yes, the game offers a fantasy world, elaborate areas to explore, and a visual setting that most people would not receive the chance to experience in real life. And this is part of the reason it is so popular. While the outside world grows increasingly shitty every day due to a poor job market, faltering economy, and increasing global conflict, the World of Warcraft offers a mental escape for people. In fact, Blizzard's CEO stated in 2008 that the company will continue to make expansions as long as they have players who want to play the game. Kind of how drug dealers will continue to sell drugs as long as they have people who want to get fucked up.
So this means that the game will be around forever.
No. Blizzard's CEO also followed up on his previous comment that the company will likely not be making expansions forever. This would imply that eventually the game will end in the sense that no new content will be released.
So what will people do when there are no more new expansions or content?
No one knows for sure. Some may play new games, whether it be a new game from Blizzard, such as World of StarCraft, or a game from a competitor, such as Star Wars: The Old Republic. Other players, however, may not find anything to fill the void. The mental effect that this will have, though, shouldn't be underestimated.
What do you mean?
Well, many people will likely feel a sense of sadness, others may be confused about what to do next. Some people may actually go through withdrawal, or suffer a deep depression, because this game has become their lives, and at some point it will cease to exist or continue.
That sounds a bit extreme and unlikely.
That may indeed sound a bit extreme, but so do the possibilities of a player dying from playing for a ridiculously long time, parents neglecting their children to play World of Warcraft instead, children committing suicide because of mimicking in-game capabilities, and many other cases of failing to separate the game from reality. The point is that these things have all occurred, and extreme cases occurring in the future is not unlikely.
So then is Blizzard to blame? Should they do more to address the addiction topic?
To an extent, Blizzard is somewhat responsible. This is the most successful MMORPG of all time, far ahead of its competition. They have created a world that is very encompassing and easy to get lost in. There is also the issue of the player showing self-control, and that humans in general seem to develop addictive tendencies no matter what. The issue for Blizzard is that the topic of World of Warcraft addiction will not go away, and will likely only get worse. While several lawsuits regarding World of Warcraft addiction have had limited, if any, success in the past, it seems that eventually someone will present a case that is well researched and has tragedy based around its filing. If just one such lawsuit were found in favor of the defendant and financial damages were awarded, a ruling against Blizzard could be like a dam breaking. The potential endless amount of addiction lawsuits may never end. Blizzard doesn't seem to take the addiction possibility very seriously.
So what will you do, now that you're quitting?
Enjoy life as best I can, and put more emphasis on Earth instead of Azeroth.
Wait, I have one final question. Can I have your gold? My main needs epic flying.